So, folks, guess what? If you have not heard, where'd it go? I was just looking at it. I literally was just looking at it. Where'd it go? The TikTok deal has been inked and signed. Yep. Inked and signed. Yep. Let's talk about who is TikTok inks the deal to sell its U.S. unit. TikTok has signed agreements to sell the U.S. unit to a U.S.-led joint venture, according to Axios reports from TikTok CEO Shou Chew. Do you remember him? U.S. firms Oracle and Silver Lake, along with Abu Dhabi's MGX, will share a combined 45% stake. The deal, expected to close January 22nd and worth an estimated $14 billion, is going to allow the U.S. business to operate independently and oversee American users' data protection, according to the memo. Now, it's going to end an ongoing U.S.-China dispute that led to a temporary ban of the video sharing app earlier this year. So here's what we need to know. So the scoop is the agreement is set to close on January 22nd, a day before the latest executive order was to expire. Oracle, Silver Lake, and Abu Dhabi-based MGX will collectively own 45%. Hey, Mandy, 45% of the U.S. entity. Okay, nearly 1/3 of the company will be held by affiliates of existing ByteDance investors, and nearly 20% will be retained by ByteDance. The new ownership group will be responsible, listen closely to this, for retraining the content recommendation algorithm on U.S. user data. Did y'all hear that? Yeah, so let's head on over. I want to dig a little bit deeper. Right, exactly. Yep, spin the top. You feel like I do. Yeah. So so there's that. I don't. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure how to feel about that one at this point, because exactly. What's up, Little Rock 2517? How are you? Good to see you on YouTube. Well, I'm on YouTube. You have that to worry about. Brownstone Worldwide. I'm over there. Kayshawn, I think you're right about that one. I'm going to stick around and see what happens just because I'm nosy as HE double toothpicks, but I've already noticed a change in how the algorithm is already kind of keeping specific types of content like news and information kind of quiet. And then not only that, I've noticed that I'm not seeing a lot of information about specific things that are going on in the Middle East. We're not seeing any of that anymore. I literally have to dig and search, or, yep, keep hush and watch. Yep. Yes, I don't. Yeah. So a lot of people are saying they're not seeing me on the FYP anymore. So no, and here's what's funny. I'm getting a lot of traction on YouTube, a lot of traction. Yep. You have to follow people from overseas. But see, here's the thing. What does that look like, and how is this going to move? Knowing. So let's go over this again, folks, because this is a big deal. Hang on. This is huge for a lot of reasons. Wow. All right. So here's the deal. TikTok once again has signed a deal to divest its U.S. entity to a joint venture controlled by American investors, according to an internal memo seen by Axios. You've been watching me on YouTube, where you're getting ready to see a whole hell of a lot more of me over there, for a lot of reasons. But the biggest one is officially I am a YouTube partner. So I'll be spending a lot more time over there. That was finalized yesterday. Just kind of kept a little quiet about it, but it's official, and I'm excited. So and that's big. That's a big deal. Thank you, Queen Lady. So that shows the due diligence of being consistent. It wasn't something like I was like, oh, I got to do this right because I'm still. You use your government name on YouTube. Okay, well, I'll be on the lookout for you. Just say, hey, Auntie, I'll know who you are. Thank you, Mandy. I appreciate that. But again, you can find me on YouTube on under Brownstone Worldwide. And we're going to be expanding the content there. Because again, the long form content, the short form content, a lot of the same features that are here are there. And I'm not leaving TikTok. But because I want to see what this is going to do, right? But I definitely want to see what happens with this new deal. Because here's how a deal would end a years-long saga. We understood that. Zoom in. The agreement is set to close on January 22nd. We see that. And Oracle, Silver Lake. I don't even know who let's look it up because I'm not familiar with Silver Lake. I hear the name, but I'm not familiar with it. So let's go look it up. Let's talk about it. It's a major private equity firm, key investor alongside Oracle and MGX. Let's see. We understand that part, but who is Silver Lake? So it's bringing tech expertise to TikTok's U.S. future, positioning them as crucial players in managing the platform's American operations, alongside tech giant Oracle and the sovereign wealth fund MGX. Let's do some more digging because I don't like how that. Let's see, Silver Lake. Let's see who the owners are. Silver Lake is not owned by a single person, but is a private equity firm led by co-CEOs Egon Durbin and Greg Mondre, with founders Jim Davidson, David Rue, Glenn Hutchins, and Roger McNamee playing key roles since 1999. Durbin, a major figure and significant stakeholder, drives strategy alongside Mondre, focusing on major tech and sports investments like Dell, Airbnb, Waymo, and Endeavor, with leadership shared across managing partners like Ken Hao and Joe Osnos. Let's dig a little bit deeper. Okay. All right. So they specialize in online tech. Okay. All right. Understood. So let's go into MGX. Who is MGX? It doesn't say anything about Skydance though. So major technology investment firm launched by the Abu Dhabi government. The Abu Dhabi government in 2024 focused on accelerating artificial intelligence and advanced tech globally, backed by sovereign wealth fund Mubadala and AI leader G42, investing in AI infrastructure, semiconductors, models, and companies like OpenAI, aiming to build the UAE's AI ecosystem and become a global AI powerhouse. Correct. That's what I'm seeing, Kayshawn. What we're looking at is probably going to be a suppression of such things. Now, the origin established by the UAE government as part of its strategy to diversify beyond oil and become an AI leader, investing across the AI value chain including data centers, chips, software, robotics, and life sciences. Key partners include Mubadala, that's UAE Sovereign Fund and G42. It's an Emirati AI firm with significant financial backing. It's chaired by Sheikh Tahnoon bin Zayed Al Nahyan, also UAE National Security Advisor, and chair of G42 with Ahmed Yahya Al Idrisi as CEO. Investments backs major AI players like OpenAI, Anthropic, and xAI, and has partnered with BlackRock and Microsoft on AI infrastructure to build a world-leading AI ecosystem in the UAE and drive AI innovation worldwide with a target of managing $100 billion in assets. And in essence, MGX is Abu Dhabi's strategic vehicle to invest heavily in the future of AI, leveraging sovereign wealth and tech partnerships. Hey, Lint Liquor, haven't seen you in a minute. How are you? Y'all peeping it? Yep, there you go. Sharika, you got it. All right. So let's look at some of the controversy. So Binance's $2 billion investment deal with Abu Dhabi's MGX was settled using USD1 created by the Trump family's crypto firm. Well, I'll be damned. Controversy adds to scrutiny over Trump's close ties with the crypto industry and recent rollbacks of regulatory actions. Binance dude, he got off. I've been well, thank you. I'm kind of coming down with a little something. You see, I'm a little wrapped up. But I definitely wanted to come on here and talk about this for a little bit before I go and retire for the evening. Because, remember they said they want to control information and entertainment. No Don Jr. Not on this one. But I'm sure there's a link somewhere. I'm almost sure of it. Listen, with this, nothing is, but I don't see him in this one. Hang on just a minute. All right. There she is, Miss America. All right, let me go back. Isn't this crazy, y'all? So, okay, I'm glad that we're talking about this. Now, so what we're currently seeing, it's a $14 billion deal, y'all. New ownership structure. Oracle is the trusted data keeper, but they always have been. Our data's always been on Oracle. So I don't want us to flip out over that because it's always been on Oracle. I want to pay attention to what this means because I'm going to keep it 100 with you all. Everybody that's always been a part of it is still a part of it. Does that make sense? It's just some of the percentages are changing. So ByteDance won't own any of that. They're relinquishing the algorithm. They're relinquishing all of that. And they're saying, here, do this here. So guaranteed, we're going to see some changes in monetization and how things are going to run. Guaranteed that if you are on here and you're monetizing anything, I'm going to be honest with you, you'll probably see me doing more TikTok shop here. I'll still do the news and we're still going to do this, but I'm not going to do a lot more of the breaking news and stuff like that. Number one, because I want to start digging in and doing more research. You know, the breaking news, for sensational. No, we're not doing that. I need some long-term stuff. And so I'm not trying to downplay what I'm reading here, but these aren't the only name that I'm not familiar with, honestly, was Silver Lake. And I just did some digging. MGX, we dug that out. We know about Oracle. The young man that's a part of ByteDance, he's been saying it since day one. That's where American data's always been. Absolutely. This has everything to do, Alpha Maniac is correct. I think it has everything to do with AI. Because every last one of these companies, after we just read what we did, we understand and we know that they are banking on AI and cryptocurrency. 20% will be retained by ByteDance. So they're not losing that. And here's something else. ByteDance investors, a large percentage of those folks are American investors. Always have been. Always. The concern I think that I have at this point is what happens to the algorithm, what happens to how people are able to generate revenue utilizing the platform. Yeah, it was all a ploy from jump. All of it. It was all a game from the beginning. And I don't know why they thought that the American people were stupid enough to fall for it. And the hard part is, see, here's what gets me and why I haven't forgotten any of this. Let 2026 roll around. For me, when 2026 rolls around, and the reason we have to get back to taking time to identify those people who are running for Senate, for Congress, and so forth, where your money is going, because we need them to understand that we still the people, right? We still have some of that power. Well, one of the ways probably JMB is they'll probably utilize it to monitor content, to study. See, I'm guaranteed, because see, it's already happening right now. When you come on here, when I come on here, there are certain things that I may say. They may study how I may speak, or what I look like, or facial features and so forth, and be able to determine specific things. And we're talking about on the infinitesimal side of things. There's so much more that AI will be able to do. You have a socialist running in Cleveland for Senate, and there's a lot more people that want to do that. Yeah. This is going to be a very interesting 2026. But what I know is that I have witnessed people literally take our votes and laugh in our faces. And I'm sick and tired of it. And I don't know about anyone else, but I'm over it to the nth degree. Yeah, I read about that, Kayshawn. Descendants of Emmett Till is running for Congress in Mississippi. Yep. Wanting monopolies on media and social media and integrating AI sounds like it could be dangerous. Very, but it's already happening. Rosemary, that's the hard part. We're living it right now. When you go over to Meta, or even sometimes when I'm over here on TikTok, a little window will pop up, and AI will begin to explain my video to me. I'm like, what the hell? That's right, Evie. Who took the money from the pack? I need us at this point to understand that these people that are in office right now, on both sides of the aisle, are bought and paid for. And they're using our tax dollars to do it. And I'm furious. I'm so furious, I have no energy. I don't. Yep. You ought to be sick and tired. I'm sick and tired. Where's my cough drop? Yeah. I am. If you are not sick and tired of what we have witnessed, but you know what? I was talking to a very good friend of mine. We were having a conversation about the Biden administration, the Obama administration, and even before that. You can't hear me? So it's like smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? Okay, good, Mandy. Thank you. It feels like smoke and mirrors to me at this point. because it feels like, for me, that nothing matters because we are not paying attention in detail. We have allowed, because we're comfortable and we're going about our daily lives, we have allowed major corporations to come in and to control. Hey, Lisa JV, how are you? Welcome to the neighborhood, girl. Data centers are getting oh God, we're going to talk about, they're building, I think 2 have gotten approved in my area where I live, in my neighborhood, or in my town rather, the city I live in. And they're looking at a 3rd. And from watching what it's done to other communities, I ain't happy about it. Yep. Sharika, you are correct. So when you talk about Israel, when you talk about Pakistan, Sudan, Gaza, when you talk about those things and what's going on, it's almost as if you are being suppressed. They're trying to come for yours too. They're building a chip plant 15 miles from you. Look at that. And we're supposed to be excited about that. But you know, the funny thing is because we have gotten so comfortable. That's why I always say what I've always said, and I said it this morning. We have to understand that we've been asleep, y'all. And I'm over snoring. I'm over sleeping. I'm over 2026 is next door. It's knocking on the door. And the question is what are we going to do? I'm going to keep it real. Like, there's a part of me that says, keep talking. Keep sharing information. Keep doing what you're doing, right? And there's a part of me that says, does it matter? Yes, it does. I don't know what else to do except to continue to keep talking, to continue to keep explaining, continue to keep educating, and to continue to keep, putting out as much information as I possibly can about what's happening. Because it does matter. It matters. So you're in NOLA. Yeah, grassroots is key. Absolutely. Lisa, I'm glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You don't know. When you all say stuff like that to me, it is the fuel that I need. Because there are days when I ask myself, are they really hearing you? Do they understand how serious this is? Like, for real. Do we even understand? Paula Revere. I love it. Yeah. It's this, I don't know how I feel about this TikTok thing. And it is exhausting. And I took a break so that I could evaluate from a monetary perspective how much time I was spending here. That's why I said y'all gonna see me doing a bunch of stuff to continue to keep bringing this money in here. Because it costs money. I have a team, and I've said it before. My team has grown. I have a studio now. That stuff costs money. So, well, thank you, Evie. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So y'all, when y'all see me out here in these internet streets and you see me do a TikTok shop and you see me, you get the news and then you get a little commercial and then you get a little something over here. You know what I mean? Like, if you catch that, support a sister so we can go on ahead and keep the party going. Thank you, Lit Liquor. Thank you, Kayshawn. Yep. And again, we are on YouTube. You can go ahead and follow me over there. Matter of fact, I'm live over there right now. And we're going to be adding additional content to the YouTube channel. And you'll also notice that some of the people in the neighborhood are over there as well. Marshawn, Leanne, Nicole, Dr. Michelle. You'll get an opportunity to meet some of the new folks that are part of Brownstone Worldwide over there for 2026. So we're getting there slowly, but surely we're getting there. And I just want to continue to keep educating, and what you all do with it is your business. And I keep receiving that, Kayshawn. I promise you, I do. I really, really do. Even when you find out you must be doing something right, when they are copying your content and creating whole pages with your face and getting monetized, and TikTok won't take it down. Good, Rosemary. And that's the whole idea. You don't have to take my word for it. Be it, but read it for yourself. If you hear me talk about something and it sounds like maybe I didn't do all the research because I ain't that smart, dig up for yourself. Isn't that crazy, Jabby? Just took all my content. Yeah. I think it's like 3 pages that have been shown to me so far where they're taking my content and literally creating whole pages with my face. They've stripped all the background, like all of this to be gone. That's why you notice like I have like, sometimes I'll do the logo or like, comment, share, and words all up and over my face because I'm trying to make it harder for them to strip all of that. Yeah. Like I never thought for a minute that I would have to do something like that. But they are literally, and they're getting monetized from it. I know they are because one of them, each one of the videos has over 400,000 views. And it's me from months ago. I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to start water signing it. And so, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me, Sexy Blue. Yep. Isn't it crazy? They out here monetizing our stuff. Like, you so lazy. You can't even come up with your own content. You out here taking other people's stuff. Good. I'm glad to hear that, Kayshawn. Let me tell you something else that's happening too while I'm waking folks up. 2 things. This is me being lighthearted because I'm really not feeling well, and I have to get somewhere and lie down shortly. There are digital scammers out there, y'all. Half the time I don't want to go outside because I'm being recognized. It's the weirdest thing. It's kind of creepy. Y'all know I do UGC as well. Somebody still asks me to do a commercial, whatever. I'll use my own face if we can't use somebody. If we can't call somebody in to do it. I can't go to the post office without getting recognized. I went to pick up some groceries, and I went to my to pick up these meds. I went to the grocery store by my house. Recognized. And people get excited and they want to hug you. And I'm like, no, I don't want you to hug me. I don't know you. And I didn't think about, people recognizing you. Yeah. So like the one lady at the post office, she works behind the counter, and she called me out in a line. She was like, hey, don't you do such and such and such? I was like, mm-hmm. Oh my God, I see you all the time in those commercials. Da 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 da. Oh, that's so exciting. That's so cool. I didn't know you lived here. Y'all, I had to turn my head like this to be like, all right. I had to hold my finger up like I was leaving church. Don't. Yeah, so that's new for me. Now, mind you, I'm not new to it. It's new now. See, there was a difference. Lady J was weird as hell. And let me tell you why. So when I was younger and I would be on tour, this is a true story. This really happened. I was on tour. We were in Ohio at Oberlin College performing. And we opened for En Vogue when I was singing with Arrested Development. And we call ourselves, me and Tari, we going to go get something to eat at Denny's. Well, we had already left the show. So En Vogue performed, and then Luther came on after En Vogue. So we were already at the hotel, whatever. We tired. Yes, honey, Denny's. Back in the day, Denny's, honey. This was in the 90s when it was okay to go to Denny's. So it's just me and Taria. We go in and we grab something to eat. We thinking we slick. You know what I mean? Now, mind you, security's already told us, if you go anywhere, let us know. If not, you're going to have to answer to us and to Speech and the rest of them when you get back. So we go to Denny's. Did we take a taxi? I think we took a taxi. Well, anyway, I guess we sat there too long. And all of a sudden, there were people banging on the windows. Oh And we got scared. Now, mind you, I don't think I was 21 at the time. Me and Tari, we say maybe. We're 21 years old, out there, not just clueless, not knowing that we're recognizable, and people are running through the front door to get to us. And I'm terrified. So we take off running behind the counter because we're scared. And the manager, she was so nice. She put us in her little raggedy car. I'll never forget it because it had you remember those things you used to have to lock your steering wheel with? I forgot what you call it, but you lock your steering wheel. She had to unlock her steering wheel. She was like, "Hurry up, y'all. Get in. I'll take you back to the hotel. Da, da, da. We'll pay you. Just get us out of here." That was a different kind of, we recognize you. Wheel lock, that's what it was. That was a different kind, and I'll never, ever forget it. And we went back to the hotel. We was telling Dino and the rest of them, y'all, we'll never do that again, so forth. Well, this is different because I'm usually by myself during the day, and people go, and there's this one place that I go to get breakfast. They've started recognizing, and I'm thinking it's creepy and it's weird. You know what I mean? Like, to the point where, like, I can't just leave the house in my house shoes anymore. Like, that's weird. Because people are weird, and they'll be like, with their camera saying, "Oh, look at her. This is so-and-so. Y'all know who she is. She out here with ashy heels." Just weird stuff, you know. So I'm learning how to get back into that mode. I'm not trying to be funny or haughty or anything like that. I'm just keeping it 100 with myself. So I was like, you got to start, being a little bit more, presentable when you go outside, ma'am, because you're trying to build this thing, and you can't expect, like, y'all seen them. If you have not seen the magazine cover, go to my stories. It's still available if you're on Meta or if you're on TikTok. And I'm a tomboy. So I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. I guess I'll figure out a way to wear my Chucks and keep it moving, right? But no more ashy heels. So just thought I would put that. If I seem a little blah today, it's because I'm not feeling well. But I did want to come on here and talk about this TikTok deal. Look how she left the house. I will forever go to the store. Your slippers, right? Do your thing, yeah. So and it's kind of like, oh Lord, she looking bad. Look at her edges, child. Just all foolishness, But now I have to kind of be now, and it's going back to that day. That has stuck in my head, and it was dangerous, and we didn't realize it. We could have been hurt. They were grabbing at our jackets that had AD on the front. That have been hand sewn for us by Tariq. That's the one that says, "I challenge you to a game of horseshoes." Yeah. It's like, oh. Well, anyway, so I want to see how this is going to shake out, y'all. Honestly, I want to see how this TikTok deal is going to shake out. I'm going to be honest with you. People need to stop judging people. You should just go out any way that you like. Well, Rosemary, my mama would beg to differ with you. She used to always say, just because you're going through something, you're not supposed to look like it. Go on to put something on your face. Where your lip rouge at? Lip rouge? What the hell is lip rouge? Yeah, my mother was serious about that. Don't you leave this house looking any old kind of way? So, anyway, she's probably in heaven laughing at me. Anyway, so yeah, Oracle, Silver Lake, and MGX will collectively own 45%. Nearly 1/3 of the company will be held by affiliates of existing ByteDance investors. So that's not going to change. And ByteDance is still going to own a piece. I don't like to wear it either. It's just my face. Y'all should have seen me at that photo shoot for the cover. I was so ready to come up out that stuff. Yeah. So let's see how this goes, y'all. The new ownership group will be responsible. Here's my concern. ByteDance is keeping the current algorithm. So you already know they're going to put AI in position. I hardly ever wear it either. Now here's what I do. I am a Clinique girl. I used to be a Mary Kay girl, but now me and Clinique are besties, and I keep a travel size with me, and I love their morning routine and the skin scrub. It's amazing. I love it. And then I in the morning I get the little pump and put, do all the little things and stuff and whatever. And it's just some things I'm not going to be able to do anything about because I'm getting older, and I'm okay with that. My son and my cousin, everybody's, oh, you need to dye your hair, girl, please. I love Clinique. I really do. And my daughter put me on to them because I was a Mary Kay girl. I really was. And she's like, well, Mama, you can just go over the belt and pick up da da da. So I went and I got like the little, I started with a travel kit, and it came with all the little things and the eye cream and so forth, And I thought, I'm going to try it out. And I fell in love with it. I did. And it was just a travel kit. And I went through it so fast. I was like, well, I guess I'll be going back and getting some more Clinique. Yep. And so I went back and I got the full size bottles. And I'm almost done with that. But you're not going to catch me without my face cream on with the sunscreen, SPF or something. At least 50. Hear what they say, black does crack. Listen, you see that? We crack. Okay? Don't believe the hype. Might as well take care of you. Yes, skincare, mascara, and eyebrows. And I don't have any eyebrows left. I don't know what happened. So I used to get my eyebrows waxed. Honey, she waxed it that one time and it's never grown back. It's never grown back. Oh my God, today. It's never grown back. Yes, Clinique. Okay. For you, Iman lipstick and Lancome eyeliner. Exactly. Everyone cracks. And sometimes I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like drawing them on and all it. I'm like, dang, how come we just can't, just age and everybody be okay with it? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, Lip Bar lipstick. Now, every once in a while I use my little, who is this? Oh, this is some little 99-cent beauty supply store stuff. Yeah. Honey, who you telling spin the top? When you talk about cracked and on the ground, it would be me. Okay, thank you. I'll check it out. Lint Liquor. I have to check those wild hairs. Yes. And I don't have any. So I have a lot of friends who talk about they have like the chin hairs and so forth. I don't have none of that. I barely got hair on my head. Which is why I still have these braids in, because I'm trying to decide if I'm going to go ahead and lock back up or not. Now I'm just having a conversation because I said what I had to say tonight, honey. And hopefully I'll be feeling better tomorrow because, like I said, I have a show tomorrow, Saturday. So maybe I'm blessed, Jen. If I don't have, I don't have none of that down here. None. I'm grateful. So we covered that. I really honestly have nothing to say about what is this? I have nothing to say about yesterday's speech. We talked about that earlier today. And how he didn't look like himself. And I still say they probably pre-recorded it and did some AI edits. Guaranteed. And Warner Brothers wants Ellison's word if they take the deal. I'm sorry, I thought they weren't going to take the deal. Did y'all see that? Board of Warner Brothers Discovery wants a personal guarantee from billionaire Larry Ellison that, quote, he, not an opaque trust, is fully committed to son David Ellison's $77.9 billion bid to buy the media giant. I thought Netflix was all in. I'm confused. That's, 7 African-American women running for U.S. Senate. Good. And not just because they're sisters, but maybe somebody will believe them if they're saying the right things and can back it up. Oh, they can't control Netflix. Netflix out of there? Yeah, almighty. So Netflix announced the agreement Y'all know I'm going to go down the rabbit hole. So as it stands, it's kind of up in the air, but Netflix is offering the most money. He wants his son-in-law to have it, and he will get it. Mark my words. This is horrifying. And because you're thinking like me, right? I hope they get it. 82.7 billion, and the Ellisons want to give 77. Netflix wants to boost content library production, gaming, Hogwarts Legacy, stuff like that, right? And market position. And it's going to face regulatory approval. Their competition, of course, is Paramount. Launched a separate all-cash bid for the entire company, creating a complex battle for the assets. Disgusting. I need somebody to stop them. Y'all remember back in the day? How many of you all are old enough to remember when they broke up Ma Bell? Y'all remember that? Because they said it was a monopoly. Right. Netflix was not going to get the major networks with it. Right. You remember that? So remember when they broke up Ma Bell because it was a monopoly and they had too much of the market share. They had all of the market share. Like you couldn't go anywhere in the country without it, you having to deal with Ma Bell specifically. And now we're right back in the same bed because Paramount owns everything. Period. And it's owned by this dude that looks like he's the Crypt Creeper himself. Hey, Guitar, how are you? Akatra America, how are you, honey? Unbelievable. This is just, it's so wild to me. Like, they own everything. It is crazy. Everything. So let's look that up real quick. I said I was going to bed. Let's look it up. Paramount Pictures, CBS, MTV, Nickelodeon, BET, Comedy Central, Showtime, Pluto TV, international channels, UK's Channel 5, Australia's Network 10, production studios covering film, TV, digital media globally, MTV Animation, Nickelodeon, Pop TV, VH1, CMT. Golly. Okay. Do y'all see why independent media is so important? Exactly, Kayshawn. You're not going to see diversity. And if you are, like, they bought BET. And let's be clear, Mr. Johnson built it to sell it. And when he did that, the quality of the content went down the tubes. Okay. Now, Paramount Skydance is how it's structured. It was a merger acquisition. Skydance Media combined with Paramount Global created a larger entity. And then if y'all want to go on ahead and you want to put Warner Brothers Discovery in there with all of it. It controls major movie franchises, iconic TV channels, leading broadcast networks, popular streaming platforms, and it is a comprehensive media giant. This is crazy. And it's a hostile bid. All cash offer. I just don't remember when it was just so necessary to own every freaking thing. I know, Kayshawn. Exactly. Money, money, and more money, more money, more money. Oh, for God's sake. Yep. And then there is this new form of media that is out there, and it's called micro streaming. We've been talking about it. And believe it or not, Brownstone Worldwide is a part of that. I'm watching it. I'm watching something that is happening before I wrap up, because it's now 9:30. Watching something that is happening that I was not aware of. I just been kind of paying attention to it this past, I say 4 or 5 months. I've noticed a significant amount of change in content creation and how things are working, and things like that. And it's called microcasting. Gary Vee talks about it a lot. I'm noticing there are a lot of articles about this new phenomenon that's really not new, but it's social media is morphing into something else. There was a report done. A couple of analysts got together, did a report, and found out that the number one watch streaming platform or television platform is YouTube. Not on your phone, on your television. People are literally watching YouTube on television like regular channels. Something else, I've mentioned this before, I'll say it again. Whenever people mention to me, hey, I like watching your page, they don't say page anymore. They say channel. Yep, Emmys is going to YouTube exclusively. The governor's ball, all the things. Exclusive. Yep, 30-second attention span. But now, if I'm a betting woman, and if you are here not just for the content, but to be one of the creators, this is a gold mine. This is a gold rush, including TikTok, including Meta, including all of them. Because if I see it, you damn sure best believe they see it. You all would be surprised how many offers I get every day for companies wanting me to promote their product for a fee. Facts. So I know something is happening, and it's just now starting to pick up. I would say in the past, since October, I've noticed the pickup. And I was like, oh, I need to start taking this seriously. So now I put it on my to-do list of things to do. It's on the list. Before I retire for the evening, we're going to go through this list. Because now there's a fee attributed to it. It used to not be that. Now, with me being a partner with YouTube, there's this open opportunity for me to have offers sent to me and to say, this is sponsored by, and so forth, and be paid for that. But then what that tells me is that people will have broader choice, but so will major corporations. So they're not going to wait on a Paramount or anyone else to offer them a deal or an opportunity. They're going to take it themselves. Does that make sense? We'll take it ourselves. I'm not waiting on anybody to do anything for me anymore. I'm not asking you. I'm not doing anything. No, and so like, okay, so one of the things that I noticed when I got the invite this week, thank you for that, Lint Liquor. When I got the invite this week, I noticed all of the ways that I can set up ways to generate additional revenue. And I thought, oh, wow. But then Facebook, Meta is doing it as well. And I said, I'm going to take some time and I'm going to spend a little bit of time over here. And like I say often, these are not your platforms. I meant what I said. These are not your platforms. At any time, the algorithm can change. TikTok, we're getting ready to see that. You watch and see what I tell you. The algorithm can change on Facebook. It changes. It fluctuates all the time. You cannot depend on them, even though I'm monetized on all of them. You can't, because again, these are not your platforms, so you treat it as such. And you have to be wise enough to utilize the resources for what they are, provide that valuable content, and keep your own library. You know what I mean? Keep your own library and have a platform where your stuff can be aired as well. You see that? That's a conversation a lot of people just aren't ready for. Google. YouTube owns Google. I'm sorry, Google owns YouTube. Yeah. I don't know. Because I know at one point they were getting harassed by the FCC. But YouTube has been kind of a mainstay. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could crack the monetization code on YouTube, you had hit the holy grail. That's huge if you can do that. That's facts. So, yeah. And so TikTok is gonna change again. Get ready. And I'm sure there will be updates and we'll hear about it and so forth. And there will be internal changes. They already did. Rosemary, the deal was signed today. It will be official on January 22nd. ByteDance will keep 20% of TikTok. Oracle, Skydance, I think I said, was it Skydance? And MGX from Abu Dhabi will own 45% collectively, and the rest will be ByteDance affiliate investors. Basically, the folks that already had their hands in it anyway. Honestly, we just weren't, we weren't aware or privy to that information. But our data was always on Oracle. Yep. It just it came out about an hour ago. Yep. I'm not thinking so, Jan. I don't, to be honest with you. And here's the reason why I don't see it changing much. Because they got a lot to lose if it does. And that's what I'm looking at. They have a lot to lose. Let it change and see how fast people jump ship. Because let me explain something to y'all. Whatnot is nothing nice. Okay? People are over there selling everything. Guess who else? You can go live on, I know, Pinterest. You can go live on eBay now. Yeah. So people got options. Exactly. Which is why, to Irie Ben's point, TikTok store does $70 billion worldwide. You think they finna rock that boat? Yep, eBay. eBay, yeah, oh yes. I have an eBay store. I just don't want to go live. I keep my stuff on there and keep it moving. I have a store on Walmart too. Yep. Truth be told, on Amazon too. I don't even want to talk about it. Just know that I don't work by myself. Just know that I know how to use the warehouse and ship stuff off and carry on. And that's been helpful. But yeah. Alexa says, WTF. What the yeah. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do it though, Rosemary, because they got a lot to lose if they do. Just for, because, okay, so let's put this in perspective. When we say, let me go ahead, I need a little bit more Vicks on my throat. I need some camphor. Oh, this has camphor in it. It sure does. All right, let's put this in perspective. From a media company's perspective. If I were TikTok, I got the TikTok shop. I have people who sell on TikTok shop at stores, and I also have affiliates who sell for the stores, and there's a relationship there. So y'all making money from TikTok shop sellers and from affiliates. So y'all just bringing money double fisted. But now when I open the app, the first thing that pops up is an ad. Y'all think they letting them people come on this app for free? They're not. They have to pay for that. And every once in a while, my videos won't get any views, but guess what'll pop up? You can reach 27,900 people if you pay $30 for this piece of content. So they're making money off of us as well. It is also a platform where I just told you guys, I'm getting offers from companies that will pay me almost like a Fiverr gig. It's called, is it TikTok One? I think it's called TikTok One. So TikTok One, there's a way for you as a creator to be paid to create videos for people. And then still, once they pay you to create the video, you can still make affiliate money off of it. You see what I'm saying? You think these people getting ready to over 70 bit? That's just TikTok Shop. This is bringing in billions. Billions. And I saw somebody say, "Oh, I'm getting ready to jump ship." Let me explain something to y'all. They're making money. And from all accounts, if you want to generate revenue, stick around and see what it does from an ethical perspective and otherwise. I have not seen many changes. The biggest change that I did see was they have kind of stopped showing my stuff. But guess what? I stopped posting as much as well. Why are they going to sell their moneymaker? They're not. And why are they going to make adjustments and changes when guess what? They ain't the only game in town either. Are they? And there's something about the customer life cycle that is real. For those of you all who are familiar with this in the marketing and advertising world, a customer life cycle says eventually our needs, desires, and wants change. And when that happens, we're going to go somewhere else. You think they want to rock this boat too tough? They want to keep doing this. What I want us to also understand is you also have to make sure from a personal perspective, if you're looking at this from just, a business mindset, diversify where you are seeing yourself or where you are being seen. Take some time to do that. If you are creating content, post it in multiple places. It does make you want to boycott them, but I'm looking at it from a business perspective. Do I want to stay over here and see what happens? Because see, when that algorithm, because it's going to change. The algorithm's going to change. I want to see what it's going to be so I can adjust. Because I'm not going to lie to you. Between Meta and TikTok, this is where the majority of my followers, I have more followers on Meta than I do here. But TikTok is next in line. You see what I mean? I would be insane to and the truth is this is a portion of how Brownstone Worldwide generates not revenue, but it is a precursor to help people find me on my own platform. Now, from a business perspective, that makes sense to me. Because once you're on my email list or wherever you may find me outside of here, I communicate with you directly. I know what you mean, Rosemary. But here's the thing. Oracle been in position. They've been here. And it sucks. It does. But you know what, in my head, hey, Atia, how are you? Good to see you, girl. I saw a T and I was like, oh Lord, I forgot what I was going to say. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, how am I going to make this work? Well, I don't know yet because I don't know what they're getting ready to do. Collecting information all along. But they were very, very clear that that's where our data was from jump. ByteDance said that early. All Americans' data is already in the U.S. on servers provided by Oracle in Texas. It's been that way. So if that's the case, why are we tripping? That's number one. Well, it was because folks wanted their hand in this stuff. They wanted a piece of the pie. Where's my cut? Insanity. But now here we are. Now, how do you make this work for yourself? Pay attention. Pay attention. And at the same token, if you are a content creator, pay attention to what is happening with this new thing called microcasting. Ben gave it away, Rosemary. You are correct. Ben gave our information away. So we have to pay attention to what is happening with media. And this is how we get our information. It's how we get our entertainment. It's how we connect with one another. Have you made any videos about the Venezuela? Yeah, I sure have. Tia, girl, I know you did. You said you came to see me. Yep, I did. And I will be doing more. Excuse me. I will be doing more. Yep. What I want to start doing to Atia's question is I want to make sure that I am not just doing breaking news anymore. No. Let me tell you why. Because 2026 is knocking on the door. Your sources that you use, that's all I'm going to say on that note. Yep. Okay. And there's more coming because of what just happened. When was it? Day before yesterday, I believe it was. There was another boat attack. Yep. I'm going to be doing more long form journalistic pieces on YouTube. So there's that. It's not only that, but a whole bunch of stuff. Because I don't care what nobody say. That speech was pre-recorded, baby. And it was cleaned up with AI. His face was not orange. And his hair was in place. Okay? Pay attention. Not only that, he was thinner. Did y'all see that? He was thinner. I was like, when did he lose weight? When did he have time to go to the gym? You think so, Rosemary? So here it does. It makes all the sense in the world. Yeah, go look at it. Because I wanted to say something last night when we were live, and I pulled it up, and y'all were like, "No, turn it off." I was like, he ain't looking like himself. Y'all see this? That's what I really wanted to say. But yeah, his skin was cleared. It was like white, like his neck and stuff. It wasn't orange. I was like, he looked a little healthy. Go back and look at it. How is it that he looks, and from what I'm understanding, he stumbled today reading from a teleprompter. Yeah. I thought, Lord have mercy, what is going on? So yeah, so there's that in the White House when he was speaking to the American people. Yeah, but it was pre-recorded. I don't care what anybody says, that was pre-recorded because he was he was like this. Even though he was off on his tangent about Biden and Obama and all that other stuff. Yeah, he was. It was too, and he doesn't speak like that anymore. I was like, he got by with a little help from his friends with that one last night. Phyllis is a mess. Phyllis said he can read. I thought he paid people to do that for him. It was manic. It was very fast. And some of the words that he said were kind of slippy a little bit. Like it didn't match what was coming out of his mouth. And I thought, yeah, they cleaned that up. Yeah. There was nobody applauding him. And he wasn't he? Giving very much sundown. No, it's no way he could have did it live. No way. He wouldn't have been able to handle it. And like I said, if you look at him as opposed to what he really looks like, he's not that slim. So go take a look at it. If you can stomach it, just mute it. Just mute it. I'm dead serious. Just go take a look at it for yourself. So yeah, I'm gonna come back tomorrow, and we're gonna pick up on this tomorrow, 11:30, maybe 12-ish in the morning, in the day for the day shift. Go ahead, and I like to say, come on, clock out. Let's go have lunch. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Coach John. So Tia and I met through a business association we're part of. Coach John sent a prompt. Girl, go get that prompt. Go get that prompt. It is horrifying. That sucker looks just like me. It looks like I had an entire photo shoot. And I just did it tonight. He tried to fall asleep again today in Oval Office because you can't stomach it, Rosemary. I'm sorry. Turn down the sound and put it on closed capture. You can see. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll notice it right up. I was like, yeah, that it was him, but he had a little help. It was very, very scary. I was like, let me try this prompt, see what Coach John up to. Sure enough, I was like, that is hard. Because I took pictures from my photo shoot for the magazine and put it in here. I was like, that's horrifying. And once I get it to start talking, y'all gonna think it's me doing the news. That's all. You got skills. But yeah, so y'all just pay attention to what is happening with all of these business deals. And please understand, he not only him, but the authoritarian stack as well. All of them cats. This is bigger than just him. He's just the front. It probably will be, Atia, the iller he gets, because I don't care what anybody said, he's been sundowner for about 8 months. All the signs are there. How he holds his mouth, the sleepiness. It puts me in the mind of when my grandmother got sick. Yeah. And I try my best, Mary, not to pay attention to the corruption. And the plane crashes. Oh, yeah, Jojo. I saw that. So Renaissance, you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I know I'm not making this up. You had a couple of relatives that are hospice nurses. Yep. I witnessed that. The argument, the delusion, all of that. Yeah. The hand bandage. Yep. From all the eyes, the bruising. Yeah. And they just need them to hold on just a little while longer. And the problem is let's look at it from and I'm gonna put this out here. First of all, what is he, 80? So here's the other thing. You got to look at geriatric care, and the people that are supposed to be taking care of him aren't doing a very good job. Because the dude is tired, and I don't feel sorry for him. Oh yeah. Yep, Mandy. I don't feel sorry for him, but it is absolutely, Mandy. I don't know. He's not. And he won't. It's not going to be because someone cuts the head of the snake, but it's going to be, yeah. It'll be exactly the progression it's supposed to take. Yep. I was like, no, that's not. Maybe a little bit. And then he was, he was in and out. And I thought, what did I just watch? What was that? I don't understand. All right, so folks, let me just kind of give you. No, Mandy. I think ultimately we're watching it with the sleeping and so forth. In the middle of the day, one of the things my grandmother did was a lot of staying up at night, and then you would rest during the day because you're tired. You know what I mean? Suspect in the Brown University shooting has been found dead. That just came across my feed. Yeah, your dad too. Yeah. So those of us who have had family members and we experienced it firsthand, we've seen the signs, so we know. So let's talk a little bit about what's happening in the brownstone, so that you guys are kind of in the know. And we ain't seen the last of it either. So a couple things. Number one, I'm going back to doing the news and going live twice a day. However, I will be monitoring my time. Okay. The second thing is you will notice a change in the content delivery. There will be news, there will be information, but there will also be lifestyle content as well as commercials. Okay. Because I want to go with the flow of what's already starting to happen with online media. And it's important because I have a media company and I'm trying to see how I will begin to fit into the flow now on everything, Rosemary. I'm going to do it on TikTok and I will definitely be doing it on YouTube as well. What's different with YouTube, while I put my fix right here again, what's different with YouTube is I am not the only one that's over there. Other people in the neighborhood, other podcasters like Dr. Michelle Josie. We also have Leanne Dulce, the Nicole Johnson. We have a couple of brothers that have a podcast that are joining us. It's called I Still Got It. We got Marshawn Olanio, the Zim Ladies Roundtable. We also have Coach Kiana Shaw and Danielle Lipkin, who is a licensed marriage and family therapist. And this is on YouTube. You can go over there now and you can check out some of their previous podcasts. So they actually have podcasts that you can listen to on YouTube Music as well as on regular YouTube as well. We also have some lifestyle shows, and there are 2 new lifestyle shows that are coming to YouTube that's different from what I present here. Brownstone Worldwide is the name of my YouTube channel. We're going to be making some changes, and it's going to be slow and deliberate. Because I think I done made it to the big leagues. I don't think it, not. You're a YouTube partner now. Yes, I am. Membership has its privileges. No, I'm kidding. So, but I want to make sure that we take advantage of. I do. Yeah, it's called the day shift and the night shift. You're on it right now, Jan. Now, I do have another podcast that I do called The Rivalry Report with Heather Asenyabi. She and I actually do one, and we kind of, she's a journalist friend of mine, and when I tell you this girl is bad, she's bad. She's been in the game 30 years. And she does investigative journalism. And so she and I have a podcast together called The Rivalry Report. Why is it called The Rivalry Report, you ask? Because we went to rival high schools in the same city. So you like the cooking post? See, so there you go, Rosemary, So I will be doing more of those. I will be doing it. It'll be a mashup. It'll be news. Then you'll get some regular day-to-day content, and then it'll go back to, and then y'all, I have a studio now, so we're going to be utilizing that as well. And filming some podcast shows with guests in there. So that's what we're doing. Oh yeah. Yep. Go over to Brownstone Worldwide, you'll see it. I used to really go ham and do cooking shows. And that was early. And so that was like my safe haven at one point, was just doing that. And I thought, you know what? Let me go where I'm passionate about. And so I just started coming here and doing the news, and it fit. And it was like, oh. So, but I have to follow, not have to, but there's this space where when you're in the brownstone, everybody kind of has like a talent or something that they do. And so everybody here is known as the people in the neighborhood. We're known as neighbors. And we have built a community. Not me, we have built a community. And I think that that's cool. Look, Rosemary said I can be your sign language interpreter. I love it. Do you see what I mean? So it's learning what's coming now, so I'm not left in the dust. So I'm gonna start transitioning that. We're still gonna do the news, we're still gonna do the things, but you're gonna see different. And then here's something else. Like I said earlier, Facebook is encouraging creators, paid creators, to share their affiliate links now. It blew my mind. I was like, oh, I can now? There was a time you didn't want people to do that. What are you doing? Because they know they got to compete. They know they got to. Wait until Facebook Marketplace lets you go live. It's over with. So there's that. All right, folks. I'm going to get up out of here. It's about 10 o'clock. And you can tell I'm getting more and more stopped up the more I talk. So I'm going to wrap it up here and get into, why is this still here? Sit, get, move. No. I'm going to need you to move, sweetie. It is 60 degrees here in Georgia right now. Okay, thank you. All right, so I want to thank you guys for coming in and all. Somebody showed me some love. Thank you, Susan. Hey, Donald. Thank you for coming to hang out with me from Facebook. And thank you, Little Rock 2517. And I don't know who these other folks are from YouTube, but I appreciate you all for coming in and hanging out. But you're going to definitely start seeing some changes in the content. And I appreciate you all for being a part of the neighborhood. I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll feel better because, again, I got a show Saturday night. Hey, Elsa. But remember this, 3 things that we always like to tell everybody before we leave every single show. 1, love your life. It is the only one that you have. 2, live your life to the fullest and embrace everything that is your life, because you only get one you might as well enjoy it. And lastly, breathe through every single moment. We'll see you around. Y'all come back and hang out with me tomorrow. If I'm not feeling well, you will be the first to know. All right? Bye. Thank you, Phyllis.